Okay.
You guys are sitting around in the embassy around a round table. There's 3 chairs at it. You guys are around each of the chairs. There's 4 guys who are quietly gambling, playing poker at a square table up against one of the walls. It's a pretty big area. You guys are all dressed as like the back east cowboy guys with like hog legs strapped on your thighs and bowler hats and such thing on the table. You notice on the table is this thick sheath of yellowing paper that's like curling from age and shit like that. And it's just a thick sheath of paper. It's got like lots of different pieces of paper on it. They all appear to be different handwritten notes and things. And there's a fine patina of dust on them. You see that also in this room, Katar Balar has set up a small desk and is quietly working at it with an oversized quill that fits in his fucking Lego hand. Yeah, he's become more and more Lego, but he hasn't noticed you guys, and nobody's noticed you guys just yet. You're pretty sure that may change as soon as somebody says something or screams.
So I know. Well, I'm assuming it's Reb.
Yep, and then there's a different guy. You also feel the strong camaraderie connection with him and stuff. Although it will be shocking if you ever meet up with somebody you don't feel that toward. You'll be like, I'm deeply suspicious of you. Let us put you on a spear.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, not necessarily on a spear, but yeah. Yes. Things can go very differently. All right.
The Freddy effect,
yeah. Hello, I don't believe we've met.
Cards shoot up from the guy who was fucking shuffling. Just Katar looks up and goes, a couple of guards rush in, rhino-headed guards, and they go over and they grab each of you, and they look shocked, and they look at each other, and they go, "You're Joshua McKay."
No, I'm not.
Not Joshua McKay.
You two are not. He is. Yes, they look very happy. Yes, like
this is Joshua McKay.
Yes, I am Joshua McKay.
And then they march back out.
McKay. If you want to refer to yes, and you are.
I'm Reb.
Yes, I know you, Reb. Sorry, Reb. Yes, I'm talking about the new gentleman here. I don't know. Are you male? Do you look male?
I'm Katar.
Yeah,
this is the guy with the feather.
Thank you, Katar.
Male, mid-20s, good physical shape, unremarkable looks otherwise. No purple mohawk or anything. Call me Pwyll. And if that's hard, Pwyll. And I'm not real picky on how that gets pronounced. Just don't call me P or there was one other one.
My favorite.
If I don't like it, I'll let you know. But
what would you prefer to be called?
Quick.
All right, quick. Is it pronounced quick? Sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce it.
The guttural doesn't come through. The double L goes sort of.
Katar is like just staring at you. He just shakes his head and goes back to writing shit.
All right.
Can you see my character sheet?
No.
Oh. Well,
so
I'm
what?
going to do the pronunciation according to Pronounce Wiki.
Actually, Katar says, I can save you a great deal of problem, Mr. McKay.
Yes.
Alex Kinley has named him Bobby.
Bobby, I see. Of course he has.
He just nods and goes back to writing. That's what we're all calling him now.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have picked that, but I'm not going to complain about it either.
See?
As I said, what would you prefer to be called? Because I know Alex has a predilection of giving people names that he can't be bothered remembering.
Oh, that's not going to come through unless it's on speakers. Silly me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you should just type it in the chat thing.
Yeah. So what time period are you from?
Los Angeles, 2020.
Okay. So do you know Reb at all? Have you encountered Reb before?
No.
All right.
K-Tar goes,
So-
I know who Rab is.
Thank you, Keita.
He goes
Reb's
back
from
to
the
Reggie.
it was early 1980s, Reb, from memory?
Yeah, late 1980s.
Late 1980s, sorry, late 1980s. And I'm from the late 2020s.
Aha.
So
So what's my cell phone going to look like?
not that much different. So hence my asking what time period you're from, because like Alex Kinley, for example, is from the 1930s. And I believe there's somebody else running around from some completely weird timeline.
I'm from 2120 if anybody cares, says K-Tar.
And Qatar over there was from Cyberpunk world. Late 21st century.
Uh-huh. And since it's my first character, I just picked one that I'm very familiar with.
Keep it in game, sir.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
yeah, that's all right. So what's your background?
I do personal security.
Okay. Do you have any knowledge of locks and that side of thing from a security perspective, or is it more bodyguard type stuff? Do you mean by personal security?
Well, it goes further than bodyguard, but locks aren't my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have any.
I did, however, get a lockpick set recently.
Yeah. But you wouldn't know how to install decent locks or security locks or anything like that.
Not that particular aspect of security.
Yeah, nice.
Do you have a particular reason for those locks?
Yes, somebody asked me if I could look into getting some locks installed somewhere, and he suggested going to a locksmith, and I said, why on earth would we go to a locksmith and bring him into an area that's supposed to be secret? And Freddie said, because everybody else seems to know about it. It doesn't appear to be very secret.
Like my secret nickname, Bobby.
Yes. So anyway, all right, that's all right. So I haven't been around for a while. Have either of you been around recently and are familiar with some of the big stuff that's going on?
Last time I remember anything, I was mobbed here. Which I won't say because someone else may get run on the mod, so I won't give any details.
Yes. All right.
Let's see. I think last thing that had any bearing on anybody else, we fixed that building in the village near the pattern.
Oh, yeah. Have you walked the pattern?
I have indeed.
Beautiful.
That'll make things a bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
It strikes me as interesting, says K-Tar. I remember back hearing about it from others that when they first discovered it, it was scary, and now they're dumping new recruits on it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I find it bizarre that that's happening as well, Qatar.
Well, to be honest, it was one of the first things that I asked somebody to help me do.
Okay.
It was not inflicted upon me.
Okay.
It is on others, says K-Tar. I think they just pitch them onto it and go, you can do it, and kick them onto
Yeah,
it.
it just seems to be one of those things that us new people seem to, you have to go and do it these days in order to be part of the team. You won't have to be around all over the place. So shove everyone through it. Have you done it, Kater?
No. I'm working on other things. He looks around.
No. Yeah, it wasn't. Didn't Joshua teach you some stuff?
Uh-huh.
How are you going with that?
Slow but steady.
Good, good. That's good to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I'm keeping that very private. He looks at the gamblers. Bunch of lackabouts. He says, okay, I've got some stuff going on. There's also about 1 million messages for you on the table. And
yes, I can see.
yeah. Have you seen any of these messages before?
Possibly. I have seen messages. Whether or not these messages on the table are messages I have seen, I don't know. I will have a quick look at them to see if they are the messages I've previously seen.
All right. Let me know if they are, then I've got something else. If they're new, then, then none of them look new. Yeah. These are all the table notes first week things, Pete, which I believe you've seen before, but
yes,
not
I
only
have.
seen, but managed to read out loud despite the atrocious handwriting on them.
Yes.
Which freaked
However, due to
Freddie
many other
out.
things going on, we didn't actually get a chance to do anything about it.
Yes, everybody else has done exactly the same thing.
Yes.
So, but yeah, Katar's got something for you, and also these. Oh, and can you fix the barber shop sometime? It's still
No.
highly risky.
Yeah.
No?
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, last time I was around...
Everybody keeps telling me that you're going to do it. Whenever I ask about anything, they say, oh, McKay will take care of it.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody asked me when it would rain, and I heard somebody else say, don't worry, McKay will make it rain.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
that seems to be the way of it sometimes.
Yes.
As he disappears off the screen.
Yes.
As he flees.
I am within earshot.
You know that there's a button that if you hit it, it temporarily turns off your camera, right?
Yeah, you can mute your camera.
Yeah, okay, I can use that. I just didn't want anybody to think that I'd gone out of service or something.
If you need a quick wank, we're not here to judge. That's for a vengeful and wrathful fictional deity to do.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so you walked a pattern. The roof got repaired. Any idea how it got damaged in the first place?
None. Oh, the Blue Mage. I heard it was the Blue Mage.
I know this one, says Katar. He holds up a hand. I heard him talking about it because they generally ignore me and say, don't worry, McKay will fix it whenever I say anything.
Okay.
Did they say McKay damaged it?
No, it was, they said, you remember the big black panthers that were left there, or Big Panther or something like that?
That we destroyed, yes.
Somebody said it was destroyed, but then Freddie said it came back and he thinks it's because of they left it next to the pattern or something. I don't know.
Even though we removed parts of it?
I don't know how it works, he says. Anyway, apparently, or somebody came and made it again or something, but there's some,
recreated
some guy
it or
named
some
the
such
Joker, and he got on it and rode it out through the building, is what they said.
And that caused the roof to collapse?
Apparently he punched a hole through it and the other couple levels using the Panther thing.
Yeah. That, I think, I was there with Freddie when we found that out, and what's his name? Alex. And apparently they managed to put their hands on the remaining plinth and get in touch with Poochie, as he called it, because he would.
Yes.
Poochie, Bobby, I'm seeing a pattern here. He says.
When the Joker was sort of MMO land at one point, which we think he was in that Maelstrom area with the sharks and everything.
Okay.
And so we dicked around there for a while, and then took a look, but it took a bit too much time, and then apparently he went somewhere else. So we think the maelstrom might be important to what's going on. I don't know if anyone managed to get in there or not.
How long did it take you to get there?
A while. We just said we dicked around. So.
Wow. Cool. Yeah. Well, I've got other problems if you want different problems.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to deal with those. You've got a lot going on. He says, I don't know. But can you fix the barber shop? Everybody said you'd do it. He just looks at you. He goes, I know. McKay will do it. He goes back to writing shit.
All right. So, from what I understand, there's this blue mage running around. His soul's been split up into objects. Doc Fulton's got one of the objects. That's what the Viking was after. That's why the Viking was sent, but the Viking's been freed, and he's apparently in the Courts of Chaos or something now. Now, as to how we would find the other objects of the blue mage that contain his soul or whatever, and supposedly destroy him to weaken him. As to how I believe we know that because that's what the Viking told him. But as to how we would find them, I've got no idea.
I just had an idea, but it requires you use one piece to try and track down another piece. But since we don't have the first piece, it's not really useful.
Yes, exactly.
People like to keep shit on them and hide it away for safety.
Yep.
Cool.
Or just hide it away from Freddy, or either.
Yeah.
That actually
For
is a good tactic, yeah.
For safety.
Right. So there's these a missing guy, if you're interested, says Katar after the silence starts to bug him.
All right. So, and I'm probably going to mangle this name, Poise.
Close enough.
Bobby.
Yeah, I'm not, as I said, I'm not sure what sort of stuff, depending on how long you've been around, what sort of stuff you prefer doing, if you prefer focusing on smaller stuff, or if you're interested in getting involved in the big picture.
I'm easy. Whatever works for everybody else. It would probably benefit my long-term play to get involved with long-term issues. We're calling them issues.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the view that we should be ignoring small stuff and just deal with the big stuff, because the big stuff's going to probably come back and kick our ass at some point.
Yeah.
So let's do some small stuff.
That's right.
All right, says
all right.
Katar standing up.
He's joking, Peter.
He sits down. He says,
All right. Yeah, so like you were saying,
Katar solves.
One thing I'm not sure of, so the bits that contain it, like we're saying, how do we work out the bits containing his soul? Where they are, presumably that he would have spread them and hid them in innocuous objects or something. I did wonder if the objects that we liberated Reb and from the pocket realm, if they had anything to do with it, or they're something completely separate. I'm not sure how we would determine if they are related to it or not.
You guys notice the poker guys are attempting to discreetly slink out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad at discreet.
Yes. So there is that. We could potentially look at them and see if we could work out anything about them. I'm not sure how, besides the ye old things like sense pattern and stuff, which I don't know if any of us are any good at.
I don't even know how to do that.
Yes. Yeah, that's the issue. One thought I had was there was a library world that a couple of us went to and did some research a while ago. I've got no idea if this library world is inside or outside the firewall, the skull wall / firewall. We could attempt to travel to there to see if it is in existence inside the firewall.
Speaking of, how's that library painting thing we have?
Yeah, presumably, well, as far as I know, it's still in the corridor because we don't know. I mean, that's a location we could travel to as well. I've actually shadow walked to there previously.
I was trying to say, can you get there that way?
Yeah, you can. But the problem with that is that the books are all there's no index. It's down to pure luck or happenstance that you will potentially find a book that is actually useful to what you're trying to work out.
I know a certain goblin that's looking forward to that thing being reinstated.
No, maybe, you mean?
Yeah, well, she thinks she's a gnome, but I think she's a goblin. Don't tell her I said that.
She not accept your advances?
I have no comment at this time.
Yes, okay. So yes, that library is potentially a source of information, but as I said, it's unless some third party has assisted us and put the books that we need in a location there for us to make use of, like Justice Swift feeding us some information to help us, because we're pretty much blind at the moment. I'm not sure how useful that would be. I mean, there's not to say we can't go there and try.
Other than the fact that on the sounds of it, Poik and I don't have any kind of ability in that area because I'm a survivalist, so I've got skills that
Yeah.
Surviving these things, not so much on the research side of library.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I'm not. Yeah, based on what you're saying, your skill sets are, I'm not sure from a research perspective. There is another option. I don't know if it's usable anymore, and I'm not sure how we would get to it. I'm pretty sure I don't have any cards for it. Let me check what cards I've got. What trump cards I've got. Basically, there's the Smurf world. There's Gargamel's book.
You could tell this place.
Pardon? Yeah. So we could go there, open a book, and you tell it where you want to go. That's how we got to the Jewel of Judgment originally, by saying we wanted to go to the Jewel of Judgment. We didn't know where it was, but the book was at its magics were able to send us there.
Oh, so that sounds like a fun trip.
Yeah, so we could potentially use that book to send us to where his items are.
It's been a phrase you just might end up with Doc Fulton.
Possibly, or I mean, we could phrase it in such a way to send us to where we can we could find information on him or something. I mean,
which might just be the Blue Mage because he has information on where they are.
Yes, true, but
Jameis is on fire. Take another card, Jameis. Sorry? I said Jameis is on fire. Take another card, Jameis.
Yes. So that is another potential option. But again, I'm not sure how viable it is.
That'd be funny as shit. Take us to where we find out information. It's like, and now you're in my evil clutches, eh? You guys are like, well, shit. Katar pulls his chair up closer and, with no discretion at all, puts his fresh paper on top of the stack, and he says, "I've heard about that Smurf world. Nobody likes it, and they talk about rabbits or something."
Yes, it's not fun
And why do you keep going back there?
because
Book,
because
from what I gather.
because of the book.
Only the book.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just
The book-
steal it?
Because it's really big, and from the last time we checked, too big to steal.
Is it
As
like
in
on a wall or something?
on a no. So so. Did you ever see the Smurf show?
Yeah, when I was a kid. I mean,
So
they're really small
when we're
blue
in that,
fuckers.
yes. So when we're in that world, we're the size of the Smurfs because it's Smurf world.
Wait, you're always
So-
the size of the Smurfs?
Well, when we've gone there previously, I have wondered if we've gone there, if we go there a different way,
Yeah.
if we would not be the size of the Smurfs.
Suggested that last time
He
to
goes,
Freddie, and
chink,
we didn't do
chink,
anything about it.
chink.
Yeah, so if we could get into so potentially we could do it we could get into the tower, into one of the rooms, a side room or a cupboard or something that doesn't appear to be disturbed much, create a trump, leave, then use the trump to get in there and see whether or not we then appear as normal size. Or if somebody, there is a shadow walk ability that allows you to travel to somewhere within a certain location of someone. However, the problem with that is you will probably end up outside of the kill zone of the tower, which is surrounded by guards.
Well, if
guns.
we don't walk there and we're just our sizes and the Smurfs are their sizes, then that won't be too much of an issue.
Problem with shadow walking is unless you've got control over where the basic shadow walking, you will end up anywhere in the world.
Do you know how big that world is?
We just know it's the Smurfs are fighting the Kepler elves. So, as far as I know, nobody's looked into what's outside of the Smurf town, whether or not there is a whole world outside the Smurf town.
I mean, given that some of us got these damn near Trump things, we could just go shadow walking there, see where we end up and what we end up
Trump.
like. And this
Trump out.
And then Trump out,
Yeah, we could do that, and also that will give us an idea of if we end up being giant, normal size or Smurf size.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it's just gathering information, and that way we can then say to somebody, all right, this is what we've determined. If you can go in there.
Gathering information seems to be an anathema to some of these people around here.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm just looking. Yeah, no, I can do. Yeah, I was just double checking that I don't have I am attempting to get to the point where I can shadow walk to a small location. That I haven't gotten there.
It'll be you leading us because I've never been there.
Marcus, did you see the message on Roll20?
I did not.
Please observe your Roll20.
And we've got Minder here, so if we get into trouble, we can probably help.
Well, if we get protection for ourselves, like some chain or bulletproof vests or whatever, give us a bit of a protection.
Yeah, worst case, from what I gather, we'd have to. Well, worst case, really bad, but we'd end up in the middle of their Smurfs at Smurf size, and I gather that they're not particularly excited by having us around.
Well, yeah. So that's the whole reason we wore the Smurf costume, so that wore the rabbit costumes.
We could go in rabbit costumes, and if we happen to end up there, then hey, sorted.
Yeah. giant rabbit costumes. Like we could probably get something from Sherma that would be suitable.
Well, actually, thinking rabbit costumes from Beast Kid would be like, that might be rather racist.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Take a card, Jameis. You guys consider this. Is this the R word? Or the C word? Oh God, the C word costume.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure about the whole fancy dress thing in.
Orb of Knowledge. I'll play that because I'll get another.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole fancy dress side of things in. Yeah.
3. Yeah. Oh wait. Yes. Oh, neat. I'll take that. I've got critical.
Nice. Well,
Wait,
that was it.
You want that instead of a skill 5? Are you mad?
I know, it's crazy.
I mean, if we use that with Shadow Walk, or if you used it, we would pretty much guarantee.
I can't get there. I've never been there.
Yeah, I know. I just mean like if you traded it to me, for example, and I used it.
Well, I was just thinking if we want to go and put the painting up somewhere, that'll probably need some sort of roll. That's what I was thinking. You want to get that painting back on the
problem with the painting is with the failing of magic, the painting's simply getting harder and harder to use, which is why we haven't put it up. We don't want to put it up here in Beastskin. The intent was going to be put it up in the Golden Wattle in the downstairs.
Are you talking about the burrito? Says
yes, the burrito. So the intent was to take it to the Golden Wattle and put it up there, which is where it was previously, if magic gets restored, or find a place where magic works fully.
Yeah, that's kind of screwed.
Yeah, which is why it's been sitting there, because with magic slowly fading until there's a Logris to balance it out. Assuming that's what's causing the magic failing, and it's not like the blue mage draining everything.
Everyone like Alex and Freddie seem to think that's the Logris imbalance.
Yeah, that would seem to be what our research.
So yeah, if you just want to shadow walk straight to the book, hey, we can do that now. So you may want protection from a cat if we're a certain size.
Yes.
Come on, we've got to do that just to say we've done
it. Yeah, exactly. The only other thing I can think of, which may be of danger, is there is Dr. Morton. I don't know how he would feel about everything being destroyed.
Is that whole blue stuff AI thing even still happening?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He seemed we saw indications of the blue AI in Guri. So, and Dr. Morton still seems to be interested in me.
So what say right now we get geared up and go get the book?
Yes, I think that would be a first good.
It's doing something. It's actually doing something. I know it's hard for us to do something, but you know.
Yeah, no, I think that's the first good step. All right, so you're thinking we get bunny costumes and that, just in case we appear small, so we don't get killed straight away?
Well, I was thinking if we just try and go straight to the book room, then we do get geared up for cat abuse.
Yeah, true.
Give me shadow lore rolls. Everybody can try this for knowing something.
Yeah, I'm thinking we wouldn't appear in the room because it's upstairs. I know it was high up the ground.
I don't know.
So upstairs,
I know nothing. I have to use my school plus card.
Where is the right in?
No, it was a different school.
Different skill.
Because it's not.
Shadow lore. There's a lot of write-ins. Ask Pete what the most write-ins he ever picked up during one game session was.
It was like 8 write-ins or something in one session.
There it is.
McKay,
you managed to rescue the princess and get a dragon's head.
You should be able to appear right in the room with the book without any issue, which is downstairs from your memory. The only thing that was upstairs was where the guy sleeps normally. He does a lot of sleeping for some reason.
We had to climb vines to get up there to get in.
Oh, that's just to get into the window.
Yeah, and I don't recall we ever going downstairs. It was the room next door. We usually came out in like the bathroom or something.
Right. Then you go into next door room. There was something big and scary in there. I don't know if you remember
there's
that.
the cat.
Oh yeah, you do. And then pretty much climbing up the chair onto the table. You didn't have to go up the stairs. The stairs would have been a succession of fucking horrible things. But climbing up the window, that you're still on the first story with the sensational long
I always thought we were climbing up several stories. The window was several stories up.
No.
It felt like it because you're so small.
Yes. Yeah. Just imagine a couple of apples trying to climb up.
It's on the ground floor, so we don't have to worry about going up there. But I think shadow walking will still probably get us in the, immediate vicinity. I mean, because the fact that you've got the shadow walking, the high level ability, that still gets you within a couple of blocks.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's go.
All right. So, do you need any weaponry? I was going to call you Puck.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Puck I shall be. Now I have this nice katana that I just got, and I not really good with it, but I'm learning. And pistol is my go-to.
Do you have a pistol?
I do. I have a couple.
Beautiful. And what about you, Reb?
I got this here hog leg.
Yes, I have a hog leg as well. Doesn't mean I know how to use the damn. Know how to use it anymore.
Somewhat better with a rifle in general. I've got a machete. That's. You just need to just pick up something and hit someone else with it.
So, by machete, as in you use a knife, or?
No, as in I've got one.
Okay. So, all right, I was just going to say, if you're skilled in a knife, I could give you a good knife.
Oh, I think they may notice for the machete that you, or not machete, sorry, for the katana you have, I think if you got it off what I think you do, I think that they will immediately recognize where it's from. You guys...
I won't.
Okay, sorry. McKay, you recognize the katana design as a lot of black and white squares on it, if that means anything to you.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, you've seen them before, and way too close up.
The katanas. Yeah, Rev has as well, because Rev was with me when we did the job, and stole all the.
I didn't know that's what the katanas look like.
Everything's black and white with those guys.
It was Mildred and Reb who were the ones who we did the job and broke into the castle and stole all the pop culture items.
Cool.
So, Reb is very familiar with what they look like because we stalked and watched them for a while.
So, can we get chainmail bunny outfits?
You can get chainmail. I've got butcher's chainmail.
You can easily get the do you have more than one suit of butcher's chainmail or just the one?
I do not. I've only got the one.
You guys really should buy in bulk. I don't know why you don't.
I had previously bought multiple of them.
People took them all and wandered off with it.
Just like the large crate of glow sticks that I had bought, that somebody decided to help themselves to them all and not replace them. Thank you, Glenn. There's a reason why a lot of my stuff isn't listed in the party, in the party share group thing.
So yeah, if we can get some chainmail bunny suits, that'll be the best of both worlds. And then
if you get some more sets of butcher's chain, they'll very easily go under that giant bunny suit, assuming you have the bunny suits. Because they're not just any bunny suits; they're the special kind of bunny suits.
I did see bunny suits listed somewhere. Of a link that was shared to me by Freddie.
If only you can figure out where those are, yes. Good luck on tracking them down through the multiverse.
Would I remember that?
I don't know if you were ever there, so I cannot even offer you a memory roll because that's memory rolls are usually only helpful for things in the session because then I know you've seen it. Otherwise, it's like I've got so many players and so many dimensions. It's like, did he see this in this dimension? Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Well, I've worn one of the bunny suits before.
Yes, yes. But I think that you got yours from the place where there was like 15 or 20 of them hanging up.
Yeah, yes, those are the bunny suits I'm referring to because they were exactly the same as the bunny suits from Smurf.
I think he got his from the shipping container in the Smurf land. That's what I'm saying.
Shipping container.
Oh, okay. So you from the actual shipping container. Interesting that you got them from the actual shipping container. I wasn't aware anybody because that shipping container is in Smurfland.
It is. Would you like to? I think we can do the hitching post thing into the next run over, and my memory's failing me. How we went
to Burlington.
That's Burlington. That's not the shipping container. That's two different locations. So if you went from Wild West Burlington, used a suitcase and went to Furry Burlington and got the rabbit costumes there.
Those are a little different though. Those have neon and shit on them, as opposed to
not the ones we got there.
Oh, those, yeah, that's right.
We were told that they looked exactly the same at the time.
Yes, if they're still having those. If they're still having those.
Yeah, we had. Yeah.
Let's just get some chainmail. Let's just get some armor or something, and then we can go there and run away if we need to.
You will run really fast compared to Smurfs, I guarantee that.
If we're giant size. If we're in bunny costumes and we're giant size, I'm not sure which would freak them more out. Giant size people in giant bunny costumes or giant humans.
The restaurant is avenging itself. Yeah, I should have eaten there more.
At least do something. Get on with it.
Yeah.
Jameis, take a card for keeping the party focused.
I'm trying to.
That's because now, see, if you were live, you'd have a cattle prod and everything would go faster.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the link Freddie sent me.
Yes.
Because we were talking about the armor and cube, the armor with BM written on it, and the cube.
I know exactly where that stuff is and all that, but the much shenanigans has taken place around that stuff, which is very, very funny.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Just take that, Pete, and throw something out, because.
All right. Sorry, I'm just. Anyway, yeah, he sent me a link to a Google spreadsheet or something that had lots of stuff written down. And it did have bunny costumes listed on it.
I looked at that recently.
Oh, there it is. Bunny suits with large awkward heads. Three. Okay, yeah, so they're in the Golden Wattle basement storage.
Ooh. That makes it a lot easier.
If one of us had a trump for there, yes.
Bummer. Well, Katar doesn't because nobody's ever given his ass any trump cards to hold on to. So.
Well, it wouldn't be any good to Katar either.
No, I mean just to hold on to for people.
Just to hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, from that perspective, yeah.
I have a trump to the Golden Wattle.
Oh, you do? Well, even better.
They don't seem to last very long, but, you might as well use it.
Yeah, if you have a trump to there, that's even better.
We fix Clem.
Pardon?
We fix Clem. So we fix Clem to get the bunny suits and we get the book.
Well, the book's pretty good.
I
Book
like
sounds
your fiction,
good.
Clem.
I suspect Clem is playing up because of the Blue Mage's antics.
That's the bit. I'm not sure which bits is connected to which bits that we're supposed
Yeah, I know.
reality and so.
As I said, as I was saying about the whole thing with the pop culture items that we looted, I've got no idea if they're linked with any of this or not, or they're something completely separate.
By the way, Pete, many of the big questions for you will be answered on May 30th. So be sure to fucking be at that session because you're going to want to be there.
Yeah,
Yes.
whereas Marcus, Jeff, and I can deal with that later.
Yes.
Oh yes. Are there? So, Katar, do you know if any of your people are really good boyers, or if there is boyers in San Angeles here?
You don't have any bows in storage? I could probably get some crude bows, but in general, they're
No. I've
regarded
got
as
a compound bow that needs to be repaired.
They can give it a try. I mean, they're considered elf weapons, and so, but we do have some good craftsmen, so I'm not making any promises.
Yeah. I bought it in, worst comes to worst, I just buy another one in Sherma. It was something I bought in Sherma that broke.
It seemed to be irritating Reb. Leave it with me. I'll see if I can get it fixed.
Yeah. It's just one of my primary weapons. That's all. So it'd be useful to have something that work. All right. So I have. I have two sets of. Is that going to work though? I have two sets of armor. I have the butcher's chain and I have a dragonhide coat.
Yeah, actually, dragonhide coat won't work as it'll make you look like you got a big load of shit in your bunny pants. But other than that, it might work because it's like a duster, I believe.
Yeah, it is exactly like a duster.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, do the Smurfs have ranged weapons, or is it just melee?
1940s, 1950s, World War II style thing. Blimps, air raid sirens. Maybe a bit later than that. It was yeah. It's been a while since I've been there. I can't remember exactly tech level, but it seemed to be almost like a 1940s, 1950s war footing type setup.
So I'm thinking we just turn up there and then just do a runner.
Yeah.
Out of there if we need to, and then escape away.
Yeah.
Without worrying about all the half a dozen of this shit, just go.
All I mean is that if I wear my duster, I can give one of you to the butcher's chain to wear if you're lacking armor.
I am. I don't have no armor.
That's all. I believe there's like bulletproof vests and stuff in. The Golden Wattle. I saw something.
That's the thing. If we just sod that, we just go, and we don't have to worry about going to the bloody Golden Wattle. We just go.
As in, don't worry about the bunny suits?
Yeah.
Well, if you two feel pretty comfortable.
From what I've heard, that's risky, but I'm willing. I mean, it wouldn't be with the trunk to the Golden Wattle, and we'd be able to get the bunny suits pretty easily. But whatever you guys want to do, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Do either of you have a trump to Sherma?
No.
No.
All right. Because the whole trump walking will take days if we don't have a means of transport to move us.
We get horses.
Do either of you good at riding horses?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my hobbies. Actually, I'm pretty good at it.
All right, so either of you good at helping someone that's not good at riding horses?
How about bicycles? I can do a bicycle too.
Ooh.
I am not.
No, I mean, we can do horses. It just means that potentially one of you will be leading my horse. That's all.
That's fine.
Because I think I'd have to check, but I don't recall being very good at it anymore.
You were never good at riding a horse. You were good at driving a carriage, I believe.
Well, yes, there was that. Yes, I was good at driving a carriage, exactly. All right.
This is going to be a fucking fun snatch and grab if you can get it going.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
if you're
almost...
in the bunny suits riding giant lizard horses would be...
I know.
It's the 3 bunnies of the apocalypse.
But that's why I'm always tempted to do it that way, because I figure we'd be just so...
The only problem with that is the bunny suits put you at such a huge negative for everything, because your only window of vision goes like this. You're catching glimpses of shit.
Yeah,
that would be true shock and awe.
There would be.
Yeah.
There would be.
All right. So do we worry about bunny suits or just go as human? And
the main concern I have if we take the bunny suits and we end up somewhere that we need to end up fighting anyway, they're not exactly what you call armored. I'm more interested in the armor side of things than I am in bunny suits.
Yeah. I mean, you put the bunny suit over your clothes. You don't strip down naked and wear the bunny suit.
Yeah, we still don't have a lot of armor stuff though.
No.
Well, keep in mind, armor only gives you 1 shift in the damage. I mean,
yeah.
Unless you've got magic armor going, that's 2 shifts, and it gets more significant.
Or you've shape changed.
Right. But who can do such things?
Yes. Which is something we may need to take care of with you, Puck, if nobody's taught you how to shape change. You've been taught how to shape change, haven't you, Rep?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah, so we'll need to take care of that as well. Remind me about that later.
He's a great teacher, says Gator.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are we getting the bunny suits or not?
If we can do it quickly, yeah.
All right.
Sure. Do we need to go somewhere that
we
do that here? Or?
We need to go to the Golden Wattle in the Gothic zone. And since Puck's got a trump card, we can go that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the card. But I'm not real good at it. So if somebody else,
that sort of thing. It's
all about how lucky you feel.